So I'm here with Lyndsey Whilby, right? And I want to start by asking you where you're at currently. What country,
Yeah,
what city?
yeah. So right now I am in Budapest, Romania. I just got here about a month ago.
Okay. And how are things so far?
Yeah, so far so good. Just trying to adjust, adapt, learn some of my teammates, still learning some of the plays, the sets, and what the coach wants out of the team. So just still trying to adjust and figure out things here, but not too bad.
Okay. And the team you're playing for currently, it's named, we pronounce it in Europe, Agronomia. And how do you pronounce it?
Agronomia. I try to
Yeah.
do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Do you have any American teammates as well, or are you like the sole American player?
Yeah, so I have one, Deja Green. She's actually from my hometown as well, so that's been good.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. And do you guys like spend time together? Do you go like sightseeing or just visiting restaurants, other stuff?
Yeah, we haven't, like I said, I haven't been here that long, so
Okay.
not much just yet, but we have been to a couple of restaurants, just trying to get around a little bit. But it is getting pretty cold and rainy outside, so we haven't been able to do very much. But we have some things in plan and some things that we're looking forward to doing for sure.
Okay. Did you experience the flood as well? Because some European countries have been like having been dealing with some issues. No, that's good.
No,
That's good that you are
thank,
safe and
thank, yeah.
okay. Okay. So I will. So you said that your teammate is from the same town. So can you tell me about growing up in Georgia in a small town? How was it? And what
Yeah,
are the odds that you guys are from a city, right? That's like actually a town, 13,000 inhabitants, something like that. And you two are like playing together. That's crazy.
so we're not from the same exact town. We're from the same
Okay.
state on the same part.
Okay.
But we did play against each other my freshman year, so that was nice. But yeah, where I'm from is like a small city in like middle top of Atlanta, a little 30 minutes from Atlanta, Georgia, the capital of Georgia. But it was nice. My high school was pretty big. It was like an old college, so we had a national schedule. We traveled to different states to go play. So that was nice. It was nice doing that as well.
And how did basketball find you, or how did you find basketball?
Yeah, so my mom, she played Division 1 at Iona College in Connecticut. So I'm originally from Connecticut. I usually tell people I'm from Georgia just because I was raised in Georgia since I was 3 years old. So I don't really claim Connecticut, but yeah, so Georgia was where I was from, and she's always had basketball around me because she played her whole life as well. So I kind of just always wanted to play just because of her.
Okay. And so how influential was your mother when it comes to your career? Was she
Yeah,
influential, or is she still?
Yeah, 100%. Like even if I have a good game or bad game, she's my biggest fan and my biggest critic as well. So it's always refreshing knowing that she actually played at a high level as well. So I could actually like I know that she knows what she's talking about. Um, but yeah, it's always been great having her in my corner for sure, and just trusting that she knows the process. And once I actually decided to take it seriously, it was refreshing to know that she knows what she's talking about.
Okay. And what's the best advice that you got from her when it comes to on the court? Not off the court, because I guess there was a lot of advice going on, but on the court as a player.
Yeah, she just always remind me next play. Like you can't go back and change anything, obviously. So she just remember try to remind me like next play you have to move on. What are you gonna do next? Have short term memory. I try to forget it, or no matter if it's good or bad, forget it. You got to do the next play. So that's something I always try to keep in my head. Just try to forget it. You just got to move on. The game keeps going.
Okay. And was she giving out any advice after games? Like, was she sitting with you after games for, let's say, Texas Tech or Purdue, and just sitting with you watching tape and telling how you should behave in certain situations?
I wouldn't say she would watch tape with me. She definitely watched every game though, for sure. But she would just text me throughout the game, like, you need to do this different. I need you to hustle a little bit more here. I seen you did this. This was really well. So just little pointers, because she know that I have my coach. We watch film as a team, so she didn't want to be too much
Okay.
nagging. Like she didn't want to be too much, but she'd always give me her opinion, and I always appreciated it for sure as
Okay.
well.
And she never played overseas, right?
No, she never did.
Okay. So how does she feel about you playing overseas?
She says she's proud of me. She's proud that I'm taking this leap. It's not something that just anybody would do. So she's proud that I'm confident enough to have that as my career. And I think she admires it. I don't know if she would want to do it herself if she had the opportunity, but I know she's proud of me, and so that's nice to know.
Awesome. Yeah. Can you tell me about your recruitment to Texas Tech? Because originally you started at Texas Tech, right? So how were you recruited and why did you pick this particular school?
Yeah, so I think they came to one of my AA. Are you familiar with AAU?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they came to one of my AAU games and they started calling me, texting me, sending me emails and letters and stuff like that. So I took a visit there. It was so nice. The people were friendly, everything. So I just kind of I fell in love with it, and it was far from home. And I kind of wanted to go somewhere and experience something new, away from home, to just gain independence and get comfortable, learn new cultures, learn new people and stuff like that. So that was nice and I really enjoyed it, but I decided to transfer because my coach got fired. So I wanted to go somewhere that the coach really recruited me. So then that's why I transferred to Purdue.
Okay. So uh, how pleased were you with your time at Texas Tech? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say, not only about your playing time, but like academically and the campus life, all that stuff.
So I was a freshman playing behind some amazing players. So obviously I did have some outbreaks. I think I had a freshman of the week and I had like a couple great games there as well. But I was just trying to learn, get my feet under myself, and as well as school. We didn't so freshman year usually you just getting into like beginner classes, learning what you want to major in, what do you want to do
Mhm.
in college, stuff like that. So everything was just like learning. I was just trying to get comfortable with college and stuff like that. So I feel like I was just a freshman trying to figure it out at that time. So
Yeah, you got 9 stars under your belt, which was pretty cool, I guess,
yeah,
right? And also, when you were recruited originally as a winger, but you had to move to the guard position, right? So kind of a
yeah,
step back. So how did you handle that transition?
yeah. So you like I'm a pretty tall guard. I'm about 5'11". I don't know.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know how many centimeters that is.
185. Yeah.
180.
Yeah.
So, as a guard, that's pretty tall. So I usually can play from shooting guard all the way to small forward. So growing up, they always try to put me in the post. So I was kind of used to just being able to go with whatever the coach wanted me to do, whatever I could do to get on the court, honestly, just learning new positions, figuring out what I can do to help my team. So I didn't mind it, just trying to figure out what my game could be. I mean, I'm usually shooting the ball. My first step is pretty fast, getting to the basket. So, just getting around the basket, finishing the basket, something I like. So, I mean, whatever I could do, honestly, I didn't mind it.
Sure. And you already said that you transferred to Purdue. And how did you handle the move? Because moving from like Texas to Indiana, it's a totally different culture, right? So how did you handle that?
Definitely. Yeah, it was hard a little bit to adjust to, but Purdue was a great school, academically and in athletically. But the move once I got comfortable, mainly I just got there and tried to whatever the team needed from me as well. Um, just to reach my highest potential. But it was definitely a learning situation for me. But I feel like I learned a lot and developed to the person I am today with Purdue, the experience at Purdue.
Okay. And in 2020, COVID hits, right? And you decide to opt out of playing. What stood behind that decision?
Yeah, just safety, honestly. I didn't want to risk it for myself and my family. And I wanted to just sit down, take a year to really refocus and get prepared for the next, because I know I wanted to continue playing basketball because we had that opt-out year. So I wanted
Mhm.
to take a that. And that's when I decided to go to Kennesaw, which is in Georgia. So I got to go back home, restart, got to play in front of my family and my friends. So that was great as well. So just taking that year to really just refocus, figure out how I want to spend this last year, what do I want from it, what are my goals and stuff like that. So that was really big for me.
Right. So the pandemic made you sort of rethink your priorities. Is that a good way of saying that? That you want like family first, like you wanted to be far away from your family, but in that moment you thought that it was better to just be there with them, right?
Yeah, yeah, because I spent my whole college career away, like Texas, Indiana, so many miles away. I was like, let me just take this last year. I have the opportunity to go back home. Like, why not take it? So definitely just priorities, figure out what I want for myself. And I miss my family at the end of the day. So that was something big for me.
Okay. And how hard was it for you to come back to playing organized sports? Because you quit it for a year. So did you find ways to stay in shape and still like practice?
Yeah, so I definitely stayed in the gym, but it wasn't as intense as being with a team or being with a strength coach or being with a coach that has a team and has a vision for the team. So obviously, I was just more trying to get myself in shape and stuff like that, but it was completely different. I had to figure out like to get into actual basketball shape. I was in like decent shape for like working out and stuff, but I had to get into a different level. So it took me a little bit, but I knew what it took. I knew the expectations, but obviously doing it by yourself is different than doing it with the team. So it
Sure.
was nice, but just a little bit adjusting as well. Yeah.
Okay. And when did you know that you were going to go pro? Was there like a particular moment when you made that decision, or was it something that sort of came organically?
I feel like I've always wanted to go pro since I was a little girl. I knew that I wanted to play basketball for however long I can, however long however long I can stay healthy. So once I finished my season there, I started reaching out to agents. Agents started reaching out to me, and I got my first contract to Malta. So that was amazing. I always knew I wanted to go pro though, for sure.
Okay. And can you tell us more about playing in Malta? Because apart from the fact that it's beautiful and sunny, right? How was the competition like, and how was the move for you like?
Yeah.
Because you were far from home, but never as far from home as going overseas to Malta.
Right, right, right. I guess adjusting a little bit. At first, I was a little bit homesick, but I was just more excited to play. Just being a professional for the first time, it was something that I always wanted to do. Always was one of my goals. So just kind of like just happy, excited for every practice. Just ready to play, honestly. But it was amazing. As you said, it was beautiful living on the island. The food was great. The people was nice. People was friendly. The competition was pretty good as well. I played very well. I had a great year. So just everything was great. I had an amazing time there, and I loved Malta. No complaints, honestly.
Awesome, awesome. And what are your plans for, let's say, the next 5 years? Do you have like a 5 year plan that now you're playing in Romania? Obviously, this is a step up when it comes to the competition, right? So Malta, now Romania. And where do you want to be, like basketball wise, in the next 5 years? Is there like a goal?
Honestly, I just want to continue playing basketball wherever I can, any opportunity I can. Obviously, I want to keep on moving up in the competition level. But also I want to play for my national team. I am half Jamaican. My dad is Jamaican, so I want to play for the Jamaican national team. That's one of my goals. So I feel like that would be great. But honestly, just keep playing basketball, keep being able to provide for my family, just doing what I love. Honestly, every day I wake up and get to play basketball, so it's a blessing. So just continue playing basketball really is my goal, and then go from there. Honestly,
Okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you, and thank you for finding the time in between workouts. And we will be looking out for the Jamaica debut. So
Yes, yes.
thanks.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Bye.